So, you want to own a rental property? My name is Garrett Wong, owner of Upper Edge Property Management. Today, we're going to be discussing the Declaration of Service. So, last episode we spoke at length how to serve a tenant for a hearing at RTB. This week, I want to continue that discussion with the Statutory Declaration of Service. Quite the mouthful, isn't it? Let's back up a bit. A statutory declaration is a written statement of facts that is verified by the person making an oath or affirming it is true. Now, how does that apply to our situation? Well, simply put, you can have different types of statutory declarations, but the one that is applicable in our case is the Statutory Declaration of Service. This is a statement made by the person that is serving the notice on the tenant, stating that in fact they served so-and-so and on such and such a date. The Declaration of Service must also be witnessed by a Commissioner of Oaths, which is a person appointed under the Manitoba Evidence Act who has the authority to take oaths. So let's apply this to an eviction hearing. Let's say you have a tenant that didn't pay the rent and you've applied to the branch for a hearing date and you receive the hearing paperwork and now you have to serve the tenant. You serve the tenant successfully and now you're ready to present your evidence at the hearing. You go to the hearing and the tenants don't show up. This is where the Statutory Declaration of Service comes into play. When the hearing officer realizes the tenant hasn't shown up, they won't be able to pass judgment or an eviction order if they aren't there. When you think about it, it makes sense. How can a court of law create an order, especially for something as serious as someone being evicted from their home, based on the landlord's word alone? So, the landlord serves the tenant, fills out the Statutory Declaration of Service stating the landlord did in fact serve the tenant, and a Commissioner of Oaths signs the form after confirming the landlord's identification. So when the tenant doesn't show up for the hearing officer will then ask the landlord for a Statutory Declaration of Service, and then a judgment and order can be issued accordingly. The form itself is a bit tricky when filling it out, so read it through very carefully. I'm referring to making sure the spelling of all names are correct and ensuring the option you chose for the type of service is accurate. The last thing you want is to go all the way to the hearing, the tenant doesn't show, and your declaration of service is invalid because it wasn't filled out correctly. And that's it for this week. Join us next time where I'm going to be discussing substitutional service. Thanks for watching.